Sports Network is proud to area high basketball. Catch all the play action of the Cubs and Lady Cubs this season right here on your sports for Southwest Missouri. Monet Cubs basketball proudly brought to you by the following sponsors. Hosting Rural Pharmacy, Cocktail Net, Huffman Insurance, First State Bank, the Value Restaurant, Food, I met Randall Shelter Insurance, Training Associates, Monet Sales, John Attorney Hall, Downtown Monet Times, Athletic Booster Club, Unity National Bank, the Ozarks, Automotive Race Brothers, Fly, Noodle, Farmers Insurance, here, Home and Sportscast Club members. Find your local Monet sponsor every day. Keep it tuned to the Talent Sports Network for every play all season long.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Aurora High School. The Hound Dogs hosting the Monet Cubs here tonight. Big 8 Conference basketball on the Talent Sports Network. Should be a good one tonight. Two great matchups the last two seasons, and these seniors are meeting for the final time here tonight in Aurora. We appreciate you being along with us here tonight on the Talent Sports Network, 95.9 The Buzz, and also streaming live video tonight at MonetWebTV.com, so you can listen and watch on MonetWebTV.com, and then you can tune in for the audio on KKBL 95.9 FM. Sammy Clapper along with Tony Ramsey. He's running the camera for us tonight on MonetWebTV.com, and looking forward to a great Big 8 game here this evening. This is the final of a three-game set tonight, a freshman game, a JV game, and now upcoming the varsity contest. So far, the home team has won both, as the Hound Dogs won the freshman game 44-39, and the Hound Dogs took the junior varsity game 31-24. Now we're on to the varsity contest, and it'll be Monette and Aurora. The last two seasons, they have been some dandy ball games. 2 years ago, right here on this court, Logan Coons hit a big three in the closing seconds, and Monette pulled out a 56-53 win. Last year in Monette, it was a much lower scoring game, a defensive battle between the Hound Dogs and the Cubs, and Aurora won that one, 48-35. Now they meet here tonight. It's the Big 8 Conference opener for the Hound Dogs. Monette has already dropped the Big 8 Conference game, so they're looking to get back into the conference race with a win here this evening. The Cubs come in with a mark of 8-4. The Hound Dogs 6-5 on the season. Monette returning several starters and a good senior nucleus from a team that won 15 games a year ago, and that was nearly double what they had done the previous season in 2013-2014. They won only 8 games. Last year in 2014-2015, they won 15, and now they've already got 8 wins under their belts this year. The Hound Dogs have won 17 games the last 2 years in a row, but they have reversed their Big 8 schedule. 2 years ago, they were 2-5. Last year, they went 5-2 in the Big 8. And again, this is the Big 8 Conference opener here tonight for the Hound Dogs. Looking forward to a great matchup. The gymnasium here at Aurora is filling up, and we're glad to be along with you here on the Talent Network this evening. Again, here with the audio on 95.9 The Buzz and live streaming video at MonetWebTV.com. We're going to take a little break here, let you hear from some of our sponsors, be back with more of tonight's pregame. Still about 10 or 12 minutes before the tip-off between the Cubs and the Hound Dogs. So a word from our sponsors, back with more Big 8 Conference basketball here from Aurora High School right after this.
Steel owners don't need to worry about precision piston engineering, high-tech polymer housing, or advanced car systems. At Steel, we've thought of that, so our customers can just start their equipment and get to work. See dealer for details.
By Coast to Coast, your locally authorized steel dealer at 500 South Kyler in Monette. Check out their complete line of steel chainsaws and trimmers. Steel is the #1 selling gas-powered handheld outdoor power equipment in America. Coast to Coast in Monette and no worries, just solutions.
For 3 generations, nearly 40 years, the Brunner Pharmacy family has lived, worked, and the fine Monette community that they call home. Brunner Pharmacy is a full-line pharmacy Hallmark Gold Crown Gift Center, where items and gift ideas are added continuously. Now you can log on to their new website, BrunnerPharmacy.com, to place your prescription order and view their partial listing of prescription plans available. They offer free delivery, city limits, compounding services, Spanish-speaking staff, and accept your health insurance plans, all with fast service. Brunner Pharmacy, your local Gold Crown gift store, continuous grades to meet your every pharmaceutical and living need at 321 East Broadway, Monette. Whether you're a seasoned athlete, and warrior, or just need help resuming daily activities, the experts at Cox Monette. As the exclusive sports medicine providers for the Monette Cubs, Aurora Hound, and Mount Vernon Mountaineers, our athletic leaders are the team behind the team. They do injury prevention, assess and treat injured athletes, and provide nutrition counseling, condition training. For more information, call 62480. Cox Health, experts, friends, neighbors.
Huffmaster Insurance Agent in Monette is an independent agent, which means we have the resource to shop around and find the type of insurance that is best for your needs and your budget. We hear a lot of messages thrown every day about how much money you can save by signing up with an M. Do you really want to trust your assets with a cute little business? Call Huffmaster Agency 1-7-235-3555. We are located at 811 7th Street in Missouri. We are customer-friendly and lizard-free.
Sammy Clapper back with you here at Aurora High School. The Hound Dogs hosting the Monette Cubs here this evening in Big A Conference basketball. And we're live here tonight on MonetteWebTV.com and also here on the radio, 95.9 The Buzz. The Aurora Jazz Band, as you can hear in the background, entertaining the crowd between the JV and varsity contest, and both teams out on the floor right now going through their pregame warm-ups. We were talking earlier about the senior classes for the Hound Dogs and the Cubs. They have had two great battles the last two seasons, with Monette winning 2 years ago here in Aurora and the Hound Dogs winning last year in Monette. The Aurora Hound Dogs returned all 5 starters from last year's team, and they have 10 seniors on their roster. 10 seniors, 3 juniors, and a sophomore. The Cubs have 3 starters back from last year's team, and they've got 7 seniors, 4 juniors, and a sophomore. So a very experienced squad for both the Cubs and the Hound Dogs, and we're looking forward to a great game here this evening. Coming up next for Monette, they'll be in action next Tuesday when they will be at home against Carthage. And then our next broadcast for Cubs basketball will be on January the 29th when they're down in Southwest battling the Trojans. The Hound Dogs will also be in action next Tuesday when they will be here at home against Mount Vernon. And then our next broadcast for the Hound Dogs will be February the 9th when they will travel to Cassville to take on the Wildcats. Both teams have had success in tournament play, especially the Monette Cubs. They have won 5 of their 6 tournament games so far as they won the Carthage tournament, took the championship for the first time since back in the 40s, and then they won 2 out of 3 down in Berryville, Arkansas during the holiday break to finish 3rd in the Berryville Holiday Classic. The Aurora Hound Dogs, they won 3rd place in the Stratford tournament to get the season started, taking 2 of 3 up there with victories over Springfield Catholic and Marshfield. And then the Hound Dogs went 2-2 in the Blue and Gold tournament. They won their tournament opener in the Blue and Gold over Greenwood, lost by 5 to Bolivar, who eventually ended up winning their half of the Blue and Gold. Then they came back with a victory over Crane, but lost in the 5th place game to West Plains, 52-48. So we said this is the Big A Conference opener tonight for the Hound Dogs. But Monette has already played a Big A Conference game. That was back on January the 12th. And earlier this week, the Cubs down at McDonald County fell to the Mustangs 61-33. And that snapped the 2-game losing streak for Monette and started the Cubs out 0-1 in the Big 8. The Hound Dogs, they have lost 2 in a row coming into tonight's game. They lost to Bolivar back in early January, and then they fell to Springfield Hillcrest last week by a score of 71-65. So both teams coming in on a bit of a down note, but when the Hound Dogs and the Cubs get together, whatever the sport is, you can look forward to a great matchup, and we're looking forward to that here this evening. We're going to go ahead and run over the starting lineups. First of all, for the Monette Cubs, they are coached by Jeremy Land in his 2nd season as head coach at Monette. The Cubs come in with a record of 8-4. They're 0-1 in the Big 8, and they will start Jonah Pazik. He's a 6'2 senior. He averages 11.5 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists for the Cubs. Also starting for Monette, Cameron Witt, a 5'11 senior. He averages 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. Alex Turner will start for Monette. He is a 6'3 junior, averages 8 points and 6 rebounds a game. Kobe Besh, he is averaging 12 points and 5 rebounds. He is a 6'4 senior, and that throws a little something else into this matchup between the Cubs and the Hound Dogs. Kobe Besh used to play at Aurora, but he transferred to Monette. So he was a Hound Dog, now he's a Cub, and he's already made 17 threes. He's averaging 12 a game and shooting 44% from beyond the arc for Monette. And the leading scorer for the Cubs, Logan Coons. He's a 5'8 senior, returning starter, averaging 18 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. For the Aurora Hound Dogs, they're coached by Daniel Cutbirth in his 5th season as head coach at Aurora. They're 6-5 coming into the ballgame. They will start Devin Hilton. He is a 5'11 junior. He'll be joined in the starting lineup by Logan Bader, a returning first-team all-conference performer a year ago. Bader, a 6'5 senior. Also starting for the Hound Dogs, Josh Fronebarger, a 6'1 senior. Austin Carmichael, he's a 6'4 senior. He was second-team All-Big 8 a year ago for the Hound Dogs. And rounding out the starting five for Aurora, another one of their returning starters, Mason Huseman, a 6'5 senior. So for the Hound Dogs, it's Hilton, Bader, Fronebarger, Carmichael, and Huseman. For the Cubs, Pasick, Witt, Coons, Besh, and Alex Turner. Still a couple of minutes away before we get to the introduction of the starting lineups to the crowd, and I'm sure they're going to play a national anthem in here as well. So it'll give us the opportunity to take another break, let you hear from our sponsors. Back with more Big 8 Conference basketball here from Aurora High School on the Talon Sports Network.
This is David from Monette Rental, and you're listening to Cub Sports on 95.9 KL The Buzz. This live broadcast of high school sports on the Talon Sports Network is brought to you in part by these Caster Club members. Berry County Health flu shots are now available at the Berry County Department in both Catskill and Monette offices. Walk-ins are welcome, or you can contact the Catskill office 417-847-2114 or the Monette office 417-354-8402 information. Freedom Bank of Southern locations in Catskill, Sligman, Willard, and Golden to serve you. Visit online at freedombk.com. TIC, Equal Housing Lender. Tyson Foods, proudly supporting area high school athletics. Tyson Foods in Monette. Making food and making a difference. He's taking control of most banking. It's to have a local bank, truly the hometown bank for hometown people, with all the stability and strength of large holding companies, yet to understand your banking needs. The pot's always on at First State Bank. They want to know you're always welcome at any of their locations. Purdy, Monette, Pierce City, Catskill, First State Bank, the hometown for hometown people. Member FD. Hi, this is Larry Minning, First State Bank of Purdy. We invite you to come by. No, First State Bank of Purdy.
Who that Monette? That Southern, like catfish, shrimp, oysters?
I don't know. Who that?
Who that Monette? Good New Orleans po' boys and muffaladas. Oh, who that? Who that Monette? Hand cakes, half-pound burgers, cooked to order. I don't know. Who that? Hey, this is Darren at the restaurant in Monette. Come see why the has all the favorites that you like, including kids menu too. We also have a sports bar and a private bank, all party room for your availability. The Bayou in Monette at 864-60 or call 235-800. Hey, and while I got your attention, the Bayou restaurant in Monette is also a proud sponsor of a show on KKBL Radio, 5.9 FM, every Saturday called Midnight Metal Madness. It's got a lot of rock and good timeless metal. We think you enjoy it. It comes on every Saturday night on 95.9 KKBL. And an encore show for you people who can't play it anymore, it comes on Sunday night, p.m. So listen to Midnight Metal Madness, sponsored by the Bayou Restaurant on 95.9 KKBL.
More than 12.1 million children in the U.S. are at risk of hunger every day. At Tyson Foods, our team members across the country fly together and raise money for hunger relief in their own communities. Since 2000, donated 68 million pounds of protein to fight hunger, but it doesn't begin to address it's out there. Please join us by the involved in hunger relief in our own community. Working together, we can feed those in need. Tyson Foods is a proud sponsor of athletics.
For all things Monette Cubs, tune in to KKBL 95.9.
IMEC is a manufacturer of sheet metal fabrication and machine parts for other manufacturers. Established in 1982, IMEC has found that a commitment to investing in people and equipment has steady growth and added services to customers. Skilled employees, modern CNC, and a dedication to meeting customer needs and expectations ensure quality while providing quick turnaround of required components.
IMEC, located at 1716th in Monette, is a proud supporter of the Monette Cubs.
Back once again at Aurora High School, the Hound Dogs and the Cubs tonight. Big A Conference basketball here on the Talon Network. Again, we appreciate Tony Ramsey for running the camera for us tonight on MonetteWebTV.com, and glad to have you along here on 95.9 The Buzz as well. The Cubs in their road purple jerseys with gold and white trim, and again, starting for Coach Jeremy Land and the Cubs, it'll be Jonah Pasick, Cameron Witt, Logan Coons, Kobe Besh, and Alex Turner. The Hound Dogs in the home white uniforms, trimmed in red and black. They'll start Devin Hilton, Logan Bader, Josh Fronebarger, Austin Carmichael, and Mason Huseman. Skylar Cahill, a returning starter, but that was in part because Devin Hilton took over at starting guard midway through the season when Josh Fronebarger got injured. So Devin Hilton earned his way back into the starting lineup this year, and Skylar Cahill will be coming off the bench. And it looks like we have an adjustment to the starting lineup already. Coach Cutbirth is going to start Preston Naylor. So we'll see who he starts in place of. Preston Naylor is a 6'1 junior, and he is going to get the start tonight. He'll join Bader, Huseman, Carmichael, Fronebarger, and Devin Hilton. Checking down through the list here real quickly once again. I make one slight correction. It looks like Huseman's out and Naylor in. It'll be Logan Bader and Kobe Besh jumping center. Bader for the Hound Dogs, Besh for the Cubs, and the opening tip-off controlled by the Aurora Hound Dogs. We're underway. Big A Conference basketball here tonight on the Talon Network. Cubs at Aurora taking on the Hound Dogs. Feed at the high post goes into the hands of Carmichael. Carmichael gives it off on the right wing. Jump shot comes off the front iron by Hilton, and the rebound pulled down by Turner. Alex Turner clears away the defensive glass, gets it out on the outlet pass to Jonah Pasick, and he will take it into the front court, and the Cubs set up. Half-court man-to-man by the Hound Dogs here in the early going. Besh across on the right wing to Pasick. Top of the key to Coons. Pulls the trigger from three and hits. Logan Coons drains a tray from straight downtown. His 24th made three of the year. He's shooting 35% from beyond the arc, and he gives the Cubs the early 3-0 lead. Trying to answer at the other end for the Hound Dogs. Carmichael's fadeaway 15-footer is no good. Pasick with the defensive board, and the Cubs take it the other way. Monette averaging 58 points a game. They've already got three on the board here tonight. Missed layup by Pasick. Bader clears away the defensive glass, and he will take it coast to coast and lays it up and in. So Logan Bader gets the Hound Dogs back to within a point. Now the Cubs nearly turn it over. Cameron Witt trying to feed a pass down the near sideline. It's deflected into the crowd off of the hands of Preston Naylor. 6:44 left to go here in the opening quarter. Cubs lead it 3-2, and Monette with possession of the basketball. Jonah Pasick gets the ball in play to Cameron Witt. He'll set things up between the circles. Out on the right wing to Logan Coons. Back to Witt in the corner. Witt looks for Besh inside. He's covered up. Reverses it up top to Turner. Now to Pasick. Around on the left sideline to Coons. Lob back out high to Cameron Witt, and the Cubs reset. Hound Dogs stay in the half-court man-to-man. Pasick now on the right wing. Looks down low, tries to feed it in on the block to Turner, and a foul called against the Hound Dogs. Austin Carmichael caught for going over the back. He picks up his first personal. First team foul against the Hound Dogs. Foul on the floor, so no free throws shot. And the Cubs the inbound from the baseline. Cameron Witt feeds it back in play to Besh. Up along the arc to Coons. Logan Coons has got a tray already. He'll turn this one down. Brings the dribble across the top of the key. Off on the left wing to Cameron Witt. Lob on the baseline, left side to Besh. Kobe Besh cut off on there underneath by Bader. Goes back to Witt. Now to Pasick, back to Witt. Top of the circle to Turner. Cubs trying to set some screens, get somebody open. Hound Dogs shifting and moving right with the Cubs offense. Cameron Witt near the midcourt circle. Checks with Coach Land. He'll shout out some offensive instructions. Down to 5:50 left to go in the first quarter. Monette with a 3-2 lead. Cubs patiently working the ball. Now the lane opens up, and Logan Coons misses the layup, but there's Alex Turner with an offensive rebound, and he banks it up and in. Coons a little surprised that the lane opened up as much as it did. It was like the parting of the Red Sea there. He misses the layup, but Turner answers off the offensive glass. A long shot off the left wing for the Hound Dogs. No good, and it goes out of play. Last touched by Devin Hilton. So the Cubs will get it back, leading 5-2, and Aurora now going to go into a full court man-to-man. They do not guard the inbounds person. Bader kind of roving around, but the other four Cubs are covered by Hound Dog. And we got a foul called against Aurora as the Cubs do work the ball in play. Foul called against Logan Bader, his first, second team foul against the Dogs. Monette on top by 3 with 5:27 left to go here in the first quarter. Monette gets the ball in play to Cameron Witt. He'll bring it up the near side, uncontested, but now he's picked up as he brings it across the midcourt stripe by Frauenbarger. Dribbles to the right side of the key, into the elbow, into the corner to Besh. Three-pointer swish! Kobe Besh with 3. His 18th made 3 of the year, and the Cubs lead it by 6. It's 8-2 Monette with 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Monette out to a good start here on the road. Preston Naylor collides with Cameron Witt. Coach Land is wanting to charge. Coach Cutbirth is wanting to block, and the Hound Dogs are going to get the blocking foul called against Cameron Witt. That's his first personal, first team foul against the Cubs, and Aurora will inbound from underneath their own basket. Devin Hilton, trigger it back inbounds, does so to Frauenbarger. 3 out of the left-hand corner, too strong. Ball tipped up in the air, and Besh corrals the rebound for the Cubs. With Turner and Besh both down low, Monette Cubs really match up a lot better this season than they did last year against the Hound Dogs. And now Turner with a pass from the top of the key, lays it up with the left hand and scores. He's got 4 points. And the Hound Dogs call for a timeout, a 30-second timeout charged to Aurora with 4:43 left to go here in the first quarter. And the Cubs leading 10-2. Monette got the first 3 points of the game on a three-pointer by Logan Coons. Hound Dogs got a bucket by Bader to get them back into within 1. But since then, it's been 7 unanswered by Monette, and they have opened up an 8-point lead. Levain Murphy, one of the officials, breaking up the huddle for both the Cubs and the Hound Dogs. Same 5 back out on the floor for Monette. Besh, Turner, Pasick, Coons, and Witt. Devin Hilton with the ball for the Hound Dogs. Gives it to Frauenbarger between the circles. Joined out there by Carmichael, Bader, and Naylor. Not quite halfway through the opening quarter. Monette leading 10-2. Hound Dogs with possession. Bader left-hand corner up along the three-point line to Naylor. Reverses it right side to Hilton. Now to Frauenbarger. Good ball movement by the Hound Dogs back and forth around the three-point line. Cubs in that 2-3 zone, really having to work, shifting from side to side. Pass in the lane to Carmichael. Turnaround 10-footer. Can't buy it. And a foul on the rebound will stop play. Pushing foul called against Aurora, and Frauenbarger gets up a little limp. So Frauenbarger favoring the right ankle, and Billy Meredith quickly jumps up off the bench, heads to the scores table, and checks in. Billy Meredith, the 6-foot senior. Foul was called against Frauenbarger, his first, and the third team foul against the Hound Dogs. Full court pressure once again employed by Aurora. Cubs get it inbound to Cameron Witt, trying to jump into a backcourt trap. Witt doing a nice job with the ball handling, brings it across the timeline. Now finds Turner on the right block, pulls up, no good off the window, and the rebound down to Bader. Bader has the capability of going coast to coast. He's done it once tonight, but this time he'll stop. Hands it off to Hilton. Now to Carmichael, to Naylor, back out front to Billy Meredith. Hound Dogs reset. The Cubs drop back into their zone. Hilton off on the right side to Naylor. Back up top to Meredith. Meredith tries to force one in the lane. It's stolen by Logan Coons. Coons will take it to the glass. No, it's blocked from behind by Meredith. Coons gets his own rebound, misses the putback attempt. Pasick on the offensive board, and a foul is called. Monette doing an outstanding job on the offensive glass. And the foul called against Preston Naylor. That's his first personal. Already the fourth team foul against the Hound Dogs here in the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Cameron Witt to get it back in for the baseline. Finds Pazik open in the lane. Fadeaway 10-footer, too strong, and Carmichael yanks away the defensive rebound. Austin Carmichael quickly across the midcourt stripe. Pulls up at the three-point line. Gives it off to Hilton. He'll eye it from 20 and hits. Devin Hilton drains a tray. And that ends a 7-0 run by the Cubs. Cuts Monette's lead down to 5. It's 10-5 Cubs on top. Logan Coons along the right wing. Feeds up along the three-point line to Turner. Now to Cameron Witt. We're under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Witt picks up his dribble, fires at the high post to Turner. Turner takes it right at a couple of Hound Dog defenders, misses the jump shot. Carmichael with the rebound. Austin Carmichael takes it the length of the floor and lays it up and in. So the Hound Dogs now in a bit of a scoring burst. Back-to-back buckets. Carmichael with his first two, and the Cubs' lead is trimmed to 3. Jonah Pazik across the midcourt stripe. Stops along the arc. Bader picks him up. No, Pazik gives a little head and shoulder fake and goes right by Bader, but he misses the shot. Logan Bader with the rebound. He'll take it the other way. Right-handed layup. Good, he's fouled. And he will go to the line. This as quickly as Monette had jumped out to that 8-point lead. The Hound Dogs have reeled him in. Bucket by Bader gives him 4 points. And he will step to the free throw line for the and one. Foul call against Logan Coons, his first. Second team foul against the Cubs. And Bader has tied it as he sinks the free throw. And we are knotted up at 10-10. So after a 7-0 run for the Cubs, an 8-0 run for the Hound Dogs. And now a turnover as Billy Meredith steals away a pass. Gives it to Bader and a blocking foul called against Cameron Witt. Momentum has suddenly swung back to the home team. Cubs committing their first turnover of the night. 2:13 left to go, first quarter. We're all tied 10-10. The Hound Dogs looking for their first lead of the ball game. Inbound pass goes to Naylor. Spots up from 3. It comes off the backside of the rim, and the rebound down to Carmichael. Carmichael turnaround three-pointer. Can't buy it. Naylor with a weak side rebound, and he is fouled. Well, the Cubs have been controlling the boards, but now the Hound Dogs starting to assert themselves on the glass, and a reach-in foul called against Jonah Pazik, his first personal. And the team fouls even at 4 apiece. Lob in the lane, trying to go to Bader. He misses. Rebound down to Naylor. Follow shot, tipped around, and it goes out of play. And they say it's Hound Dog basketball. Two minutes left to go here in the first period. 10-10 score. Hound Dogs to inbound from underneath. Lob in the lane to Bader. Steps back to the free throw line and hits. Logan Bader with 7. And for the first time tonight, the Hound Dogs have taken a lead. It's 12-10 Aurora. And Coach Land calls a timeout. And Bader, with that bucket, has now scored 1,000 points for his career. He needed 7 points coming into the game to reach 1,000 for his career. And that jump shot from the free throw line gets him to 1,000. And he is being honored by the Aurora fans here this evening. Quite a milestone for any high school player to get to 1,000 points. And Logan Bader, with that 15-footer, gets to that 1,000-point milestone in his high school career. It also gave the Hound Dogs the lead, 12-10. Pressure in the backcourt. Blake Moore, 5'8" senior, comes into the game for the Cubs. He'll bring the ball up the floor. Gives it off on the left wing to Pazik. Drives into the free throw line. Pump fake and a foul called against Naylor. Preston Naylor picks up his second personal. And it looks like Pazik was fouled in the act of shooting, so he's going to go to the line. First time tonight the Cubs have been to the free throw line. Josh Fronebarger and Skylar Cahill head to the scorer's table. They're going to have to wait till the first free throw attempt by Pazik. The Cubs shoot 68% from the line as a team. Jonah Pazik, a 72% free throw shooter. He averages over 11 points a game, and he misses the first free throw. He's still looking for his first point of the night. Now Cahill and Fronebarger check in. Hilton and Naylor will take a seat for the Hound Dogs. Pazik's second free throw is too strong, and Bader yanks away the defensive board. So Jonah Pazik, good free throw shooter, misses both of them, and the Hound Dogs still lead by 2. We're under 1:30 left to go here in the first quarter. Ball nearly stolen away from Billy Meredith. Picks it back up and goes to Carmichael. Out front to Fronabarger. Cubs stay in the half-court zone. Meredith gives it to Fronabarger, well out beyond the three-point line. Now he calls Meredith back. Meredith gets a screen from Carmichael. Pulls up at the right wing, shadowed by Blake Moore. And a 5-second count called against the Hound Dogs. Good defense by Moore and the Cubs. And that is turnover number 2 against Aurora. So Monette will get it back down by 2. With a minute 15 left to go here in quarter number 1. Pressure in the backcourt again. Fronabarger shadowing Blake Moore. Blake Moore gets some help from Kobe Besh, brings it across the timeline. Besh now receives the pass. Pass inside, trying to go to Turner's. Tipped and stolen by Carmichael, and he lays it up and in. Carmichael with 4, and Coach Land calls another timeout. And this is going to be a 30-second timeout. Stop the clock with 56 seconds left here in the first quarter. It has been a 12-0 run for the Hound Dogs. Monette had pulled ahead 10-2, but the Cubs are still stuck on 10, and the Hound Dogs have forged ahead 14-10. 30-second timeout is broken up by the officiating crew. David Lee, a 5'9" senior, comes into the ballgame for Monette. He joins Moore, Besh, Coons, and Turner. It'll be Monette basketball, and Kobe Besh is going to trigger it back in bounds against full court pressure defense. Pass comes in play to Blake Moore. Quickly picked up by Bader. Getting some help from Fronabarger. Lob across to David Lee. Near steal by Billy Meredith. He slips and falls. They get it into the front court. Logan Coons for 3. This one's too strong, and the rebound taken down by Meredith. And Meredith is able to hold his balance and avoid the turnover. Ahead to Fronabarger. Now to Cahill. Up top to Carmichael. Under 35 seconds left to go in the first. Fronabarger on the right wing. A lot of guards on the floor for both the Cubs and the Hound Dogs. Bader pull up 12-footer. Can't buy it. Rebound down to Blake Moore. Blake Moore looks for help. Lobs it ahead to Logan Coons, and a foul called against Billy Meredith. Pushing foul called against Meredith is his first. That's the 16th foul against the Hound Dogs. Next whistle against Aurora will have Monette into the 1-1. Meanwhile, Garrett Montgomery, a 6'5 senior, checks into the game for Aurora. He'll replace Austin Carmichael. 23 seconds left in the first quarter. Hound Dogs lead at 14-10. And the Cubs with possession. Inbound pass comes to Coons. He'll hand it back off to Blake Moore. Moore sets up, head of the circle, gives off to Turner. Back to Moore. Blake Moore looking for Logan Coons. Finds him, a screen from Turner, and a 3 is up and in. But they are going to take away the bucket and call a screen, an illegal screen, against Alex Turner. And things have gotten physical here in the first quarter. Actually, I think they're going to call a double foul. They're going to call a foul against Turner, his first. Didn't see if they posted one against Aurora or not. But things have gotten rough already here between the Hound Dogs and the Cubs. Kind of hoped it wouldn't start early like this, but the two games the last two seasons have been very tight and hotly contested, and we've got that same type of intensity here in this one tonight. Logan Bader misses a jumper as the final seconds tick off the clock in the first quarter. 8 minutes are complete, and after the first quarter of play, the Hound Dogs lead the Cubs 14-10. We'll be back with quarter number 2 right after this.
Live broadcast of high school sports on the Talent Network is brought to you in part by these sports club members. Community National Bank, your home community bank, with 2 locations to serve Highway 60 and Chapel Drive in Monette and Brinker in Aurora. Member FDIC. The Bayou Restaurant. When your belly is raging for agent, head over to the Bayou on Highway 60. Bell & Associates Financial Services. They've been serving Monette and the Southwest Missouri 1983, helping their clients long-term financial success. Call 47235-7900. Online at bellandassociates.net. And for State Farm Insurance Agent in Manhattan is Phil Davidson. For life, call Phil Davidson, State Farm Insurance, Vernon at 466-7651.
Clapper back with you here at Aurora High School, ready to start the second quarter. The Hound Dogs lead 14-10. They're on a 12-0 run as we start quarter number 2. After Monette had an early 10-2 advantage over the Hound Dogs, the Aurora Hound Dogs have run off 12 unanswered, and they lead at 14-10. Cubs with possession to start the second period, a kicking violation called against the Hound Dogs. And just to clarify earlier, there was not a double foul assessed. It was just a pushing foul on an illegal screen called against Alex Turner. So 16 fouls for the Hound Dogs, 5 called against the Cubs in the first quarter. Near steal as they take it away from Pasick, but then he takes it right back, but then an over and back violation. So back-to-back-to-back turnovers, and it'll be Hound Dog basketball. New face into the game for Monette, Dexter Bailey, a 6'1 senior, into the Cubs lineup. Devin Hilton will walk it across the timeline for the Hound Dogs. Hopefully a little of the animosity from back during football season doesn't spill over into this game here tonight either. Austin Carmichael, 3-ball from the right wing. It comes up short, and he gets his own rebound, follows his own miss, and lays it up and in. Austin Carmichael coming all the way from the three-point line to get that offensive rebound and put back. 16-10, Hound Dogs with the advantage. Pasick fires one into the front court, near steal, and it is taken away. As a save from going out of play by Carmichael, gets it back in play to Hilton, but he misses the layup. Logan Coons will race the other way with the rebound. He'll pull back, put it one up from 22, comes off the front iron, and the rebound down to Hilton. Logan Coons trying to ignite something here and stop that scoring run by the Hound Dogs, but Bader adds to it. On a running jump shot, he's got 9, and the Hound Dogs lead it 18-10. 6:40 left to go here in the first half. Pasick racing down the far sideline, passes in front of the scorer's table, pulls up along the three-point line, picked up by Skylar Cahill. Wrap-around pass going to Coons, and Carmichael steals it away. Cubs getting a little sloppy with the basketball there, but Carmichael doing a nice job defensively as well, so it kind of goes both ways, and we've got a foul underneath, and we've got a foul called against the Hound Dogs. Whistle against Austin Carmichael. That's his second personal, and that will be team foul number 7. No free throws, though, to be shot on the player control foul. Cubs, though, are now into the bonus. Monette basketball down by 8. Kobe Best inbound from the baseline. Finds Blake Moore. And Moore quickly picked up by Devin Hilton. Blake Moore crosses it over, brings it across the midcourt stripe, drives all the way to the right wing, stops in front of the Hound Dog bench. Bounce pass goes off to Logan Coons. They're really trying to work hard to get Logan Coons open, but the Hound Dogs are all over him. Dexter Bailey gives it off to Blake Moore. Moore into the lane, feeds across, and a hand gets in a passing lane and is stolen by Preston Naylor. Boy, the Hound Dogs are doing a super job tipping loose passes and then able to gather them back in. 6 minutes left to go in the half. Aurora with an 8-point lead, and the Hound Dogs with possession. Fronebarger for 3, it's good. Josh Fronebarger knocks down his first tray of the night. Second three-pointer made by the Hound Dogs, and it's a 21-10 lead, and Monette calls a timeout. Full timeout charge to the Cubs. Stops the clock with 5:51 left to go before the half. We'll take a break as well. You're listening to Big 8 Conference Basketball here on the Talon Network.
You ever wonder what dogs and cars go by? Well, use Shelter Insurance's special decoder app and listen in.
Classy pickup, how illegal? 56. Oh, we got the name.
Sparky, check out the German V8.
So sweet.
Free car hybrid at Shelter Insurance. We bring all your favorite rides since 19.
Auto, home, life, or business insurance for Agent Randall Click.
Sammy Clapper back with you here at Aurora High School. The Hound Dogs lead over the Cubs 21-10 with 5:51 left to go before halftime. Glad to have you along here tonight for this Big 8 Conference matchup between Monette and Aurora. Tony Ramsey running the camera for us tonight on MonetteWebTV.com. The Hound Dogs currently on a 19-0 run. Cubs scored the first points of the night. Hound Dogs pulled to within 1. And then Monette went on a 7-0 run to open up a 10-2 lead. But since then, the Cubs have not scored, and the Hound Dogs have put 19 up on the board. They lead at 21-10. Cubs trying to get things stopped here. The pass goes through the legs of Turner. It deflected off the foot of Hilton. Coach Land pleading for contact underneath. Didn't get the call. Now at the other end, Preston Naylor misses the first, but gets his own rebound and lays it back up and in. Everything going right for the Hound Dogs here in the first half after that slow start. Jonah Pasick with the ball, draws a double team, gives it off to Blake Moore, fires one in the lane, a steal by Billy Meredith. Meredith comes out of the pack and lays it up and in. Billy Meredith flying down the floor. He's an all-state sprinter, and he showed his speed on that one as he outran everyone to the rim and made the layup. 25-10, Hound Dogs on top. Blake Moore tries to split a double team. Players flying all over the place, and we got a whistle. It's only a two-man officiating crew here tonight, and they're trying to keep things under control. We've already had one instance of some pushing and shoving. Hopefully we won't see any more of that. Holding foul called against the Hound Dogs. It goes against Devin Hilton, his first personal. Team foul number 8, and we're going to have some free throws as the Cubs are in the bonus. Who will be shooting will be the question. Logan Coons is at the line, but I believe it's going to be Blake Moore. So the officials get together, and it is going to be Blake Moore at the line for a 1-and-1. Cubs 0 for 2 so far in the ballgame from the line. Moore, a 33% free throw shooter. And the first one is up and in. So Moore gets his first point of the night. And that ends 23-0 run for the Hound Dogs. Unbelievable start for Aurora after the Cubs got out to that early 8-point lead. Next free throw is no good by Moore. But we've got a foul called. Push underneath goes against Garrett Montgomery, his first personal. Team foul number 9. And Blake Moore will be replaced by Alex Turner at the free throw line. Turner, a 30% free throw shooter. And his first one is up and in. Alex Turner now with 5 points. His first points here in the second quarter. So Monette 2 of 5 now from the line. The next one by Turner is good. He makes them both. He's got 6 points. And the Cubs back to within 12. 25-13. Hound Dogs with the lead. 4:50 left to go before halftime. Billy Meredith off on the left wing to Devin Hilton. Back to Meredith on the right side of the key. He and Hilton play catch across the head of the circle. Now they'll take it down in the right-hand corner to Fronebarger. Pass through the lane, goes to Bader. At the free throw line to Meredith. Up top to Hilton. Nice ball movement. Fronebarger breaks free on the baseline. Layup partially blocked, and he is fouled. Kobe Besh reaching in and drawing his first personal. That'll be the 16th foul against the Cubs, but Fronebarger fouled in the act of shooting will step to the free throw line. Fronebarger with 3 points on the night, and the first free throw nearly sticks on the back iron, but rolled in. 4 points for Fronebarger. Hound Dogs perfect 2 of 2 from the line here in the first half. Next one by Fronebarger is good as he rattles it home. He's got 5 points, and the Hound Dogs lead it by 14. By 14, 27-13. Aurora with the lead. Not quite halfway through the second quarter. Pressure again by the Hound Dogs. They've got a lot of quickness on the floor, trying to cause some havoc for the Cubs. Monette's able to beat the pressure, get the ball in the hands of Blake Moore, and he'll set up between the circles. Shadowed closely by Devin Hilton. Picks up his dribble, looks for help, goes to Pasick, right side of the key. Beyond the three-point line, Jonah Pasick puts the ball on the floor with the left hand, gets a screen from Moore, takes it down the left side of the lane, wrap around bounce pass to Alex Turner, backs it down, turnaround shot, can't buy it, and the rebound down to Bader. Logan Bader on the outlet to Fronebarger, and here go the Hound Dogs. Fronebarger right down the middle of the lane, weaves his way from left to right, and Fronebarger banks it up and in. He's got 7. Hound Dogs wasting no time of flying to the front court, and now a steal as Fronebarger gets a errant pass, but then travels with the basketball. He tried to pull up and get a pass away to Bader, but he drug the pivot foot, so back-to-back turnovers, and the Cubs will get it back. Inbound pass comes to Logan Coons, quickly draws a double team. Coons puts it on the floor and drives by Billy Meredith. Now fadeaway three-pointer, and he hits from the left-hand corner. He and Meredith both go into the crowd, but Logan Coons with a tough three-pointer knocked down to give him 6 points on the night. His second 3 of the night, his 25th of the season. Now the Hound Dogs turn it over once again, so things starting to get rough at the offensive end for Aurora. They commit their 5th turnover, and the Cubs will get it back down by 14. Inbound pass comes to Logan Coons again. He will now bring it up the floor. Every step of the way right there, Billy Meredith. Logan Coons gets Meredith to go away. He gets a 3-ball up, but this one won't fall, and the rebound down to the Hound Dogs. Logan Coons with a nice step back, but couldn't get the jumper to go in. At the other end, Devin Hilton misses a shot, but he gets his own miss, and now he'll try a 3 from way downtown, and this one's off the mark, and the rebound controlled by Pasick. Pasick's got a 3-on-3 the other direction, puts up the right-handed jump shot, can't buy it, but gets his own miss. Pasick out of the left-hand corner, into the block to Alex Turner, and Turner bobbles the ball and travels. End-to-end action here all of a sudden, a little over halfway through the second quarter. 29-15, Aurora with the lead. Skylar Cahill checks back into the Aurora lineup. He'll replace Billy Meredith. And Devin Hilton with possession of the basketball for the Dogs. Brings it across, goes right wing to Cahill. Into the corner to Frontebarger, 3-ball up. Draws front iron, long rebound down to Logan Coons. Coons will race to the other end and his layup high off the window, but it comes off the front iron. And the rebound down to Logan Bader. And then a pushing foul as he and Kobe Besh get tangled up. And Kobe Besh picks up his second personal. That will be the 17th foul against the Cubs, and it will put the Hound Dogs into the bonus with 2:30 left to play before halftime. Logan Bader will be at the line. Bader on the night with 9 points. He surpassed a milestone in his career earlier, back in the first quarter, when he went past 1,000 points in his career. And he sinks the first free throw, and he becomes the first player in double figures as he hits the 10-point mark here in the second quarter. Dexter Bailey comes back into the game for Monette. He'll replace Kobe Besh. He'll set down with those 2 personals. Next one by Bader is good. He's got 11, and the Hound Dogs a perfect 5 of 5 from the free throw line. We got a timeout on the floor called by the Cubs, and it'll be a 30-second timeout charged to Monette. So they have used both of their 30-second timeouts. They still have 2 full timeouts remaining. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to go before halftime. Hound Dogs lead it over the Cubs, 31-15. Logan Bader leading the way for Aurora with 11. Alex Turner and Logan Coons, each with 6 for the Cubs. Hound Dogs out rebounding the Cubs, 17-11. And Monette has committed 11 turnovers here in the first half. 9 of those coming here in the second quarter. Next whistle against the Hound Dogs will put Monette into the double bonus, as the Hound Dogs have been whistled for 9 team fouls. As we said, very physical first half as well. Jonah Pasick receives the inbounds pass, drives it up the floor against pressure from Frontebarger. Now a double team jumped over for help from Skylar Cahill. Gives it off to Blake Moore, back to Pasick. Closing in on 2 minutes left to go before halftime. Moore on the left wing. Holds it up high with both hands. Looks for Bailey at the top of the key. He's not open, so he has to go all the way across the floor to Pasick. Jonah Pasick looking down low for Alex Turner. He's matched up down on the block with Logan Bader. Pasick takes the dribble all the way to the baseline. Nice pass in the lane to Blake Moore. Layup up and in. Jonah Pasick got the defense to commit to him underneath the glass, and Blake Moore alertly breaking free in the lane. He gets his first field goal tonight. He's got 3 points. Long range 3. No, it's an alley-oop backdoor to Bader, and he slams it down with both hands. It looked like it was going to be a long 3 from Devin Hilton, but it was the alley-oop to Bader, and Logan Bader is having himself a night. He's got 13 points, including the alley-oop slam dunk. Logan Coons drives the lane, the left-handed layup off the mark, and the rebound down to Bader. Here he goes in transition, feeds a pass into the corner to Hilton. 3-ball up, too strong, rebound down to Bailey. Dexter Bailey keeps it alive for the Cubs and finds Jonah Pasick. We're closing in on a minute left to play now here in the first half. Pasick pulls up on the right wing, trying to get a screen from Alex Turner. Frontebarger stays on him with the defense. Wrap-around bounce pass goes to Turner at the right block. Back along the three-point line to Pasick. Finds Coons, top of the key. 3-ball in the air. This one comes off the right side of the rim. The rebound tipped out of play, last touched by Skylar Cahill. So the Cubs will inbound from the baseline with less than a minute to go here before the break. Jonah Pasick to trigger it back in play from underneath. Garrett Montgomery will check in for the Hound Dogs. Give Aurora a little more size down in the low post. Pasick looks in the lane for Turner and tries to bounce pass one in there to him, and it's kicked up into the crowd by Frauenbarger. Cubs really working hard to try to get Turner the ball down low and get those big men in foul trouble. Now they lob it into play. Nobody saw it for a moment, but Logan Coons alertly saw it sail over his head and chases it down near the midcourt circle. Coons along the three-point line. Hound Dogs in a mismatch right now. They've got Montgomery way out on the arc as he jumped out to help Devin Hilton. But the ball is tipped into the crowd. Monette will keep possession. They'll inbound from the sideline. Jonah Pasick to get it back in play for the Cubs. He'll have to hurry to beat the 5-second count, and he doesn't. A 5-second violation called against Monette on the inbounds play. 12 turnovers against the Cubs here in the first half. 41 seconds left to go before halftime. Hound Dogs lead at 33-17, and Aurora with possession of the basketball. Haven't had any points scored for a little while. Both teams have went into a bit of a dry spell. Frauenbarger between the rings gives it off on the right side to Hilton. Hilton back up top to Cahill. Hound Dogs back it out. Look like they're going to maybe be content to hold for the last shot, or are they? Nope. Cahill drives into the lane. Pull up 10-footer, and he hits. Skylar Cahill with his first 2 points of the game. It's 35-17 Hound Dogs. Under 15 seconds to go here before the break. Logan Coons directs traffic with the left hand. Gets a screen, top of the key from Turner. Clock down to 7 seconds. Clock down to 6 seconds. Coons still with the basketball, trying to hook a pass underneath to Moore. Puts it up with 3 seconds, misses. The rebound down to Frauenbarger. From three-quarter court, it's off the glass. No good. A wild first half of basketball here at Aurora High School as they head to the locker room. The Hound Dogs lead the Cubs 35-17. We will step aside and be back with the halftime show. You're listening to Big 8 Conference basketball here on the Talon Sports Network.
Jack Henry & Associates was founded in 1976 to provide the computer banks need to process financial transactions and data. Today, the company is a recognized industry leader offering a broad array of solutions for managing mission-critical business information, processing transactions, and automating processes. Today, the technology provided by Jack Henry & Associates by more than 8,700 financial service organizations of all asset sizes and diverse businesses outside the financial industry. Jack Henry & Associates, West 60 in Monette.
Do you have a big outdoor project that you think you can't do yourself? Project you don't have the right tools or equipment for? Well, before you hire a to do the job, check with Monette Rental and Sales. They've got hundreds of tools for rent and a knowledgeable staff ready your questions and show you how to operate every tool you rent. When you rent from Monette Rental and Sales, get your projects done affordably, done right. Whether it's a saw to cut that new patio brick, a steer loader to help you move heavy loads, or a full gun and post auger, you build that deck you've been dreaming of. Renting helps you do a professional job by paying the pro prices. Visit at Monette Rental and Sales, 3 miles of Monette on Business 60, 236-0308. And remember, when it comes to your next project, renting's the smart way to get things done.
When you get your day in court, have a professional, a seasoned professional. John Woodard is that type of professional. In family, criminal defense, wills and trusts, and probate, as well as lawsuits and contracts. In an accident, a DUI, a felony, you need help with an adoption, a divorce, for death, and avoid probate, or give the power of attorney to a loved one in the case of illness. 7-235-003. John Woodard's office has been people in the Ozarks for years. Your day in court. Make sure you have the experience you can trust. John Woodard's office is at 1001 East Broadway. Monette 235-003. The choice of an attorney is an important decision. We based solely upon advertisements.
In a hurry? Why? At Old Town Pharmacy, you will find fast service. They accept almost all insurance plans and gladly match any local competitive prices, including the $4 generic. They offer delivery services several times a week and have a drive-through for drop-off for added convenience. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday 9 to 6, Saturday 9 to 3, and Sunday 12 to 4. Old Town Pharmacy, 100 Chapel in Monette in the Old Town Village. 417-635-11.
Local residents have been counting on that time since 1899. We give you the whole story on what's going on community, not just bits and pieces. As a taxpayer, you deserve nothing less. That's why our colleagues have named us amongst small daily newspapers in the state. Subscribe to the Times for local news and opinions on issues that matter to you. Call 417-235-35 to subscribe today. 417-235-35.
Welcome back to Aurora. The Hound Dogs leading the Monett Cubs here at halftime, 35-17, going over the scoring from the first half. After the Cubs got out to the early 10-2 lead, Aurora would go on a 23-0 run that would finish out the first quarter and carry over into the second quarter. And the Hound Dogs would outscore Monett 21-7 in the second quarter, and they lead at 35-17 here at the break. Cubs went on a 7-0 run early on to open up that 8-point lead, but then the Hound Dogs got rolling. They got it tied at 10 and continued right on, and they have never trailed since they were able to take the lead. And they've got a 35-17 lead here at the break. Looking at the scoring from the first half, and we got a couple of corrections to go over here. Leading the way for the Hound Dogs, Logan Bader, he's got 13. Josh Bronnebarger hit a 3. He's got 7. Austin Carmichael was 6. Preston Naylor has 2. Devin Hilton hit a 3. He's got 3 points here at halftime. Billy Meredith with 2 and Skylar Cahill with 2. For the Monett Cubs, Alex Turner has 6, but I have a correction on the score sheet. Logan Coons only has 5, as that second shot that we thought was a 3 out of the left-hand corner. They said his foot was on the line, so they only gave him credit for 2. So Logan Coons has 5 points. Alex Turner leading the way for the Cubs with 6. Kobe Besh hit a 3, and he's got 3 points here at halftime. And Blake Moore off the bench with a free throw and a field goal. He's got 3 points here at the break as well. Monett unofficially 3 of 6 from the free throw line. The Cubs commit 12 first-half turnovers. The Hound Dogs 5 of 5 from the line, and they turn it over 5 times here in the first half. The Aurora Hound Dogs out-rebounding the Cubs as well, 19-12 here at the break. Well, things got off to a promising start for Monett here on the road as they hit the 3 from Logan Coons for the first points of the ball game. They would lead 10-2 early on, but then they went on a long dry spell. They got stuck on 10 points for nearly 7 minutes. And while they were stuck on 10, the Hound Dogs were outscoring the Cubs 23-0, and Aurora has never looked back. Logan Bader reaches a milestone here in the first half tonight. Needed 7 points coming into the ball game to reach 1,000 points in his career. And Bader, the 6'5 senior for the Hound Dogs, got those 7 points in the first quarter, and he leads all scorers here at halftime with 13. 35-17, Hound Dogs over the Cubs at the break. We will step aside, let you hear from our sponsors. Be back with more here from Aurora High School on the Talon Sports Network.
The Monett Cubs Athletic Booster Club would like to invite you to become part of this season's Cub Pride Catch the Spirit membership drive. Athletic programs serve as the window to the school and community. Becoming part of the Monett Cubs Athletic Booster Club will help the athletic programs and support efforts to keep Monett growing. They support all high school athletic programs, either monetarily or with volunteer support, and help promote team spirits. Your financial or volunteering time is appreciated. For more information about the Monett Cubs Athletic Booster Club, any Booster Club member. And don't forget to follow Facebook for the latest on upcoming events.
Once you start banking online, it all just starts to click. E-statements, online bill pay, 24/7 access, your whole financial picture right on your screen. For our bank, you get the local support you need to make it all work. Get with online banking today. Community National Bank, a bank, member FDIC. Visit us online at cnbbank.com.
Whether it's Chevy or GM, stop Hughes Automotive at Highways 39 and 60, Missouri. They've got what you're looking for and a variety of styles and colors to choose from. If it's fuel you seek, check out the Chevy Cruze. For more room, see the Malibus or Impalas. If it's, they've got trucks, Silverados, Sierras, and Colorados. What about SUVs? You're covered with Tahoe, Yukon, Equinox, and Terrain. If luxury is what you're after, that's Buick and Cadillac. And if you want to ramp it up a bit, see the Camaros or Corvettes. Automotive in Aurora, Missouri, junctions of Highway 30 and 60, or visit them online at makeautomotive.com.
Race Brothers Farm and Home Supply.
Hi, Roger here from Big Store. A lot of stuff. At Race Brothers, there's always something new to talk about. We have the largest selection of truck toolboxes in southwest Missouri. Pet supplies, dog food, cat supper dishes, collars, leashes, and grooming care products. And for the kids, we have great toys, steel flyer wagons, and pedal tractors, or collectibles like straight tire hurdles. The Race Brothers in Springfield, Carthage, and Mona. Like business. Tell a friend.
Brothers Farm and Home Supply. Western Wing.
We are at halftime. The Aurora Hound Dogs leading over the Monet Cubs by a score of 35-17. Logan Bader leading the way for the Hound Dogs with 13. Alex Turner leading scorer for the Cubs. He has 6. And both teams back out of the locker room, getting ready to start the second half. You heard earlier about Cox Health Monette, the official sports medicine provider for both Monette and Aurora High Schools. And on hand tonight, sports medicine trainer Rob Hazelton. He is making sure everyone is ready to go for tonight's game. If anyone does get injured, we keep our fingers crossed that he will not have any work tonight. And everyone can go through injury-free here this evening. But in case there is an injury tonight, Rob Hazelton, sports medicine trainer with Cox Health Monette, is on hand to take care of those injuries. And again, Cox Health Monette, the official sports medicine provider for both Monette and Aurora High School. We're going to take one more quick break and then be back with the start of the third quarter right after this.
I'm Professor Burke from Farmers Insurance. This is 30 seconds of smart. So you want to be on your auto insurance. Get an alarm. Pass. That's it. Graduate. Bundle policies. Don't get. Make automatic payments. And, of course, talk to farmers. The more you know about auto insurance, the more you can save.
We are farmers.
Get smarter about your insurance at farmers.com. Stop in and see your local farmer. Get Kyle Newbold at 403 Plaza Drive, Monette, or call 737-7444.
Sammy Clapper back with you here at Aurora. We are underway in the second half. The Hound Dogs leading 35-17, and Aurora with possession of the basketball to start the third quarter. Devin Hilton, Preston Naylor, Logan Bader, Josh Fronebarger, and Austin Carmichael on the floor for the Hound Dogs. Cameron Witt, Logan Coons as a pull-up jumper by Devin Hill, rims in and out. The rebound down to Jonah Pazik. It's Coons, Witt, Pazik, Kobe Besh, and Alex Turner for the Cubs to start the second half. So same starting five for each club that started the night, start the third quarter. Hound Dogs come up dry their first trip to the offensive end. We'll see if the Cubs can get something going here. They trail 35-17. Cameron Witt turning down the three-pointer, goes up top to Jonah Pazik. Pazik slices his way into the lane and banks it up and in. Jonah Pazik averages nearly 12 points a game, gets his first points of the night, 60 seconds into the second half. Logan Bader at the other end, little head and shoulder fake, drives to the elbow, now gives it off to Fronebarger. Skip pass goes through to Devin Hilton. Hilton fires it back to Bader. Bader spots up along the three-point line. Baseline left goes to Fronebarger, now up top to Carmichael. Carmichael feeds to Devin Hilton on the right side of the key. Monette has switched things up and gone to a man-to-man defense here in the second half. Carmichael fires a pass in the lane to Bader. Spins, puts up a little baby hook and hits. Logan Bader with 15 to lead all scorers. And the Hound Dogs answer. They lead at 37-19. Cameron Witt pressured by Fronebarger and a pushing foul called against Josh Fronebarger. That's his second personal. Things got a little testy at one point in the first half. A little pushing and shoving going on. Nothing getting totally out of control. The officials and the coaches both got the players calmed back down. So now that everyone's had a little chance to cool off at halftime, we'll see if that stays away here in the second half. It doesn't spill back into the ball game. 37-19, Hound Dogs with the lead. 6 minutes left to play third quarter. Logan Coons with a long three from the right wing. No good. He's been shadowed by Hound Dog defenders everywhere he has gone tonight. Now Pazik with a steal. Misses the shot, but they call a goaltending call against Logan Bader. He went up and tried to block it and then grabbed the rim. And Jonah Pazik will get credit for not only the steal, but 2 points as the goaltending against the Hound Dogs. And now Fronebarger nearly has one sail off of his hands into the bench, but gathers it back in, reverses it around the three-point line, and Devin Hilton drains a three. Hilton, his second tray of the ball game. He's got 6 points, and the Hound Dogs on top 40-21. Aurora quickly back into the full court pressure defense. Entry pass comes into Pazik. Pazik fights his way through the midcourt stripe, pushes off against Naylor, now goes across the top of the key to Besh. Down on the baseline to Turner, wide open, layup up and in. Good ball movement by the Cubs, and they found the open man. Alex Turner leads Monette with 8. 40-23, Hound Dogs with the lead. 5:25 left to go, third quarter. Preston Naylor comes out of the right-hand corner, feeds it up top to Carmichael. Carmichael off to Bader. He's feeling it right now. He puts up a three-pointer. No good off the front iron. Rebound down to Naylor. Shot up in traffic. Can't buy it. And the rebound stolen away by Hilton, and he lays it up and in. Devin Hilton with 8 as he took it right away from the Monette Cub defender. 42-23, Hound Dogs on top. Logan Coons between the rings, in the lane, trying to go to Turner. Anticipation, stolen by Fronebarger. Feeds ahead to Carmichael. Layup good. Running the floor is what the Hound Dogs like to do, and the transition game gets them an easy layup. And they now lead 44-23, and the Cubs are going to call a timeout. Monette only has full timeouts remaining, and now they only have one of those. The Hound Dogs using the transition game and using their speed to keep the Cubs backpedaling, and Monette's trying to figure out a way to slow them down. A couple of times the Cubs have been able to do that, and they're hoping they can get that momentum back on their side. Right now it's 44-23. Hound Dogs leading by 21 with 4:42 left to go in the third quarter. Glad to be with you here tonight on KKBL 95.9 The Buzz. We've got Arkansas Razorback basketball coming up tomorrow night here on KKBL. The Hogs will be at LSU taking on the Tigers down in Baton Rouge. And it'll be SEC basketball tomorrow night. Arkansas at LSU. Pregame starting at 7 o'clock. And the tip-off around 7:30 here on 95.9 The Buzz. Big day tomorrow on KRMO. We've got Missouri Tiger basketball to get things started. The Tigers at South Carolina. The Gamecocks suffering their first defeat of the season earlier this week. And they will be hosting Missouri. South Carolina hosting Missouri. 11:30 for the pregame. Noontime for the tip-off for the Tigers tomorrow on AM 990. And then tomorrow afternoon after Tiger basketball, it's Kansas City Chiefs football. As the Chiefs, for the first time in 22 years, have won a first-round playoff game, and they'll be playing in the divisional round against the New England Patriots. We'll join that game in progress. Actually, probably join the pregame in progress. Actual kickoff is not until 3:30 between the Chiefs and the Patriots, and we'll join it in progress. Mitch and Lynn and all the gang for Kansas City Chiefs football on AM 990. Missed jump shot by the Cubs. Bader misses at the other end for the Hound Dogs, and Cameron Witt comes out of the pack with the basketball for Monette. Midway point of the third quarter, pass in on the left block to Turner, and Turner collides with Hilton. And Devin Hilton did not get slid over in time and get the feet set. And the bucket will count. So and one opportunity for Alex Turner. Turner becomes the first Cub to hit double digits. He's got 10 points, and he'll step to the free throw line looking for point number 11. Turner's made a couple of free throws tonight. He's only a 30% free throw shooter, but he knocked both of them down his first trip. The foul against Devin Hilton is his second, and the second team foul against the Hound Dogs here in the second half. Cubs shooting 68% from the line as a team. The free throw attempt rims out, and the rebound down to Bader. 44-25, Hound Dogs with the lead. Just over halfway through the third quarter. A pass tipped up in the air off the hands of Cameron Witt, and it goes into the crowd. Hound Dogs will keep possession. They'll move to the sideline. I think it's Skylar Cahill down here. Yeah, it is Cahill working the ball back in play. Finds Billy Meredith between the circles. Gives it to Devin Hilton. Now to Cahill. Right-hand corner to Bader. Bader lobs up high to Hilton. Pump fakes from three, goes back to Bader on the wing. Just inside the arc on the right side. Cahill between the circles. Cubs stay in that half-court man-to-man. It's definitely been slowing things down for the Hound Dogs. And now Hilton tries to go behind his back. He and Pazik get tangled up, and the official's going to get together and tell those two young men to take it easy. As we mentioned, we had a little pushing and shoving back in the first half that had to be settled down, and there's our first instant of it here in the second half. A foul called against Pazik, his second personal, and the first team foul against the Cubs. Back to the sideline, Devin Hilton to work it back in play. Left-hand corner to Bader, back quickly to Hilton, reverses it right side to Cahill. 3:24 left to play third quarter. Hound Dogs lead it 44-25. Logan Bader steps back beyond the arc, goes to Hilton. He'll pull up from 21 and hits. A tray of trays for Devin Hilton. He's got 11. He becomes the second Hound Dog in double digits here tonight, and the Hound Dogs lead grows to 22. It's 47-25 with 3 minutes left to go in the third. Pass trying to go to Besh. It gets completed down in the corner. Kobe Besh spins away from the defender and draws a foul. Kobe Besh averages 12. He's been held to just 3 so far, and that coming on a three-pointer back in the first quarter. Pushing foul called against Logan Bader, his second personal. Third team foul against the Hound Dogs, and it'll put Besh at the free throw line. Kobe Besh, an 84% free throw shooter. Used to be a Hound Dog, now he's a Cub. The free throw up and in. Transferred to Monette between his junior and senior season. Austin Carmichael checks back in for Aurora. He'll give Logan Bader a breather. Besh with 4 points, and the second free throw good. He's got 5. He makes them both, and it's a 20-point lead for the Hound Dogs. 47-27, Aurora on top with less than 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Billy Meredith on the right sideline goes to Carmichael. Cubs fight their way back to the defensive end. Carmichael waits for the Hound Dogs to get the motion put, or the offense put into motion. Devin Hilton lobs one down to Montgomery. Montgomery can't find a handle, a scramble for it. Players diving towards the sideline, and the ball was last touched by Monette, so the Hound Dogs will keep possession. The Aurora student section's been on their feet nearly the entire night. Kind of obscured our view there for a moment, but one of the referees, Levain Murphy, signaling Hound Dog basketball. Meanwhile, Skylar Cahill pulls up the free throw line. The shot rolls around and goes in. Soft shooting touch for Cahill. He's got 4 points. And it's 49-27 Hound Dogs. Cameron Witt beats the pressure with the dribble. Quickly across the midcourt stripe. Gets a screen from Besh. Cahill fights through it. Goes back to Kobe Besh. Besh spins the dribble away from Carmichael. And then a pushing foul called against the Hound Dogs, as Garrett Montgomery, coming up with the help defense, gets called for the foul. Oh, correction. They call it on Carmichael. They do not call it on Montgomery. So Carmichael picks up his third. He becomes the first player for either team to pick up 3 personals. Meanwhile, Kobe Besh wastes no time getting the first free throw in the air, and he knocks it down. Kobe Besh now with 6 points. Nobody had anybody in foul trouble despite all the whistles in the first half. Nobody with more than 2 at the break, but now Austin Carmichael picks up his third with 2:09 left to go here in the third quarter. First free throw by Besh, good. The next one up and in. He's got 7 points. Monette 7 of 10 from the free throw line, and the lead back to 20 for the Hound Dogs. 49-29, 2 minutes left third quarter. Cahill tries to lob one down to Billy Meredith, and the ball deflected out of play. Last touch by the Cubs. Hound Dogs won the freshman game. They won the JV game, and they are leading here in the varsity contest, but still a little over a quarter to go. Logan Bader misses the inbounds jump shot. Rebound down to Cahill. His 15-footer won't go. And Cameron Witt there to corral the defensive board for the Cubs. Fights his way through the defense, gets it all the way to the rim, misses a left-handed layup. Rebound down to David Lee. His follow shot no good. And then we have a whistle and a foul. And it looks like it's going to be against the Hound Dogs. David Lee in amongst the trees, but he was able to get that rebound, and then he's fouled by Devin Hilton. So Devin Hilton now with 3 personals. And David Lee to trigger it back in play. Nobody picked up Dexter Bailey on the opposite block. He gets the shot off, no good, and the rebound down to Frauenbarger. Josh Frauenbarger walks it into the front court. Left wing to Meredith. Meredith at the free throw line. Back to Frauenbarger, beyond the arc on the left wing. Frauenbarger back between the circles. Finds Hilton on the left sideline. Down in the corner to Bader. Back up along the line to Meredith. Between the rings now to Cahill. They're really working the left side here. They give it to Devin Hilton. He'll put up from 20 and hits again. Devin Hilton, 4 3-pointers on the night. and he now has 14 points. Hound Dogs with 2 players in double figures, and Austin Carmichael close behind with 8. Logan Coons tries a 3 at the other end for the Cubs. It's off the mark, and the rebound down to Bader. Logan Bader gives it to Devin Hilton. We're down under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Hound Dogs lead it 52-29. Josh Frontebarger drives to right side of the paint, lays it up and in. Frontebarger with 9 points as the Hound Dogs extend their lead. Logan Coons with the dribble. Draws a double team. Cahill and Meredith all over him. He gets the pass away to Cameron Witt. Now to David Lee on the left wing. Down to 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Bailey off to Cameron Witt. Witt holds it up high with both hands. Right side of the circle to David Lee. Penetrates the lane. Shot blocked by Bader. And then it goes out of play off of David Lee. Boy, when things are going your way, they are going your way. Bader with a nice defensive play to block the shot, but normal circumstances it would have went out of bounds, but it hit off the back of David Lee as he was standing on the end line. So it will be Hound Dog basketball. They'll get the final shot here in the third quarter. Pass tipped away by Logan Coons, run down by Frontebarger. We're under 10 seconds left to go in the third. Frontebarger, top of the circle, launches it from 21 and misses. Rebound tipped up in the air, off the hands of Bader, picked up by Cahill, shot at the buzzer, no good. We've completed 3 from Aurora High School as we head to the fourth quarter. It's the Hound Dogs leading the Cubs 54-29. Back with the final 8 minutes. Right after this, you're listening to Big 8 Conference basketball here on the Talon Network.
Cut down your energy bill as much as 10% when you partner with Superior Spray Foam. You can use spray foam insulation in crawl space, foundation, walls, and more. Not only will spray foam regulate your home temperature, it will also eliminate the possibility of mold growth and adds another layer to your home exterior. Call Josh Copeland at Superior Spray Foam for a free estimate and consultation. Josh Copeland, Superior Spray Foam, 417-737-206, or visit them online at SuperiorSprayFoamMO.com.
Why is steel the world's #1 kind of chainsaw not sold at Lowe's, Home Depot? Reliable side service is one reason, but there are 8,000 other reasons. Each one is an independent steel dealer you can count on for straight talk and expert advice on steel products when you need it. Each steel product sold is fully assembled, ready to go. Are you for a steel?
Come join the gang at Coast to Coast 500 in Monette, your source for everything.
Sammy Clapper back with you at Aurora High School. The final 8 minutes are on the clock. The Hound Dogs lead the Cubs 54-29 as we start the fourth quarter. Besh, Witt, Coons, Pasick, and Turner for the Cubs. Hilton, Carmichael, Bader, Naylor, and Frontebarger for the Hound Dogs. It'll be Monette basketball to start the fourth. They trail it 54-29. Hound Dogs outscoring the Cubs 19-12 there in the third quarter. Cameron Witt nearly stolen away by Frontebarger, but he gets away from the defender and brings it to the Monette offensive end. Kobe Besh between the circles, picked up by Logan Bader. Hound Dogs in the half-court man-to-man. Pass on the left wing goes to Coons. Coons has had so much difficulty tonight trying to get an open shot. His teammates have been trying to help him out with some screens, but Logan Coons has been held to just 5 points in the ballgame, and that's 13 below his average for the season. There's a nice bounce pass from Pasick to Coons as he comes around a screen at the top of the key and drives into the lane and draws a foul. Logan Coons going to the line. Logan, a very good free throw shooter, 79% from the stripe. Foul was against Devin Hilton. That is his fourth, and Logan Coons' free throw is up and in. So Logan Coons now with 6 points, and the Cubs 8 of 11 from the stripe. 16 foul against the Hound Dogs. Next whistle against Aurora will be their 7th and put Monette into the bonus. Coons makes the second free throw as well. He's got 7 points. Billy Meredith comes back into the game for Aurora as he will replace Hilton, who will sit down with those 4 personals. Devin Hilton's hit 4 3-pointers tonight and has 14 points for the Hound Dogs, but he'll take a seat. Frontebarger tries to pick up the slack, and he does as he drains a 3 from the left wing. Frontebarger, his second tray of the night, and he is in double digits now with 12. Cubs at the other end. Pasick racing into the paint. Goes to Kobe Besh. A long-range 3, too strong. Rebound down to Frontebarger. Frontebarger ahead to Bader. Holds it up with the right hand. Misses the jump shot off the front of the rim, and Besh clears away the defensive glass. Ahead to Logan Coons. Spots up for a three. This one off the line as it comes off the backside of the rim. Saved from going out of play by Besh as it's picked up by Turner, but he can't hit the 12-footer. And the Hound Dogs corral the rebound and take it the other way. Underneath to Meredith. Shot up and in. Hound Dogs using that speed again to get back quickly. And they get a layup from Billy Meredith. He's got 4, and it's 59-31. Aurora with the lead. Logan Coons shot blocked by Billy Meredith as he came in from behind. Rebound taken down by Bader and a blocking foul called against Cameron Witt. Witt picks up his third. He becomes the first Monette player to pick up 3 personals. Only the second team foul against the Cubs here in the second half. 6:22 left to go in the ball game, and Aurora leads at 59-31. Lob comes in to Logan Bader, misses the 12-footer. Rebound down to Kobe Besh. Bader has been held to just 2 points so far here in the second half. He had 13 in the first half. Leads the Hound Dogs with 15. Cameron Witt directs traffic out front for the Cubs. Fires the pass to the right wing to Pazik. Pazik holds it up with both hands to Witt in the corner. Kobe Besh comes out to meet him. Witt takes it into the lane, backs it down against Fronabarger. Nice head and shoulder fake, up and in, count it, and he'll go to the line. Cameron Witt with his first points of the night. Foul called against Josh Fronabarger. That's his third. Fouls are really starting to add up now for the Hound Dogs. That foul also puts Monette into the bonus. Witt would have got a free throw anyway because he was fouled in the act of shooting. Cameron Witt, a 35% free throw shooter. Left-handed shot. Bangs off the left side of the rim, and the rebound down to Austin Carmichael. Carmichael across the floor to Bader. Bader got caught up along the baseline, had to throw it back in play, and it's turned over as Kobe Besh right there to steal it for the Cubs. At the other end, the ball poked free. Turner picks it up for Monette. Goes to Pazik. Now back up top to Cameron Witt. 5.5 left to go in the ball game. Hound Dogs lead at 59-33. Pazik on the right wing. Top of the circle to Besh. Lob in the lane to Turner and a reach around and a foul called against Carmichael, and that is his 4th. So a pair of Hound Dogs now with 4 personals. Devin Hilton already on the bench with 4, and Carmichael just picks up his 4th, and that's the 8th team foul against the Hound Dogs. Alex Turner will step to the free throw line for the 1-and-1. Shot off the front of the rim, and the rebound down to Bader. Logan Bader has got a ton of boards to go along with his 15 points tonight. Meanwhile, Preston Naylor gets open in the left-hand corner. The three-pointer rattles in and out and back in. It popped up in the air and then came back down through the twine. Preston Naylor with 5 points, and it's 62-33 in favor of the Hound Dogs. Now the Cubs have to start being aware of the 30-point rule. With the Hound Dogs leading by 29, once they get past the 30-point lead, the clock will continue to run. Had a foul during all of that, called against Fronabarger. His 3rd, 9th team foul against the Hound Dogs, and this will be the last 1-and-1 shot by the Cubs. Cameron Witt stepping to the line. Free throw up, rims out, rebound down to Bader. So the Hound Dogs will have an opportunity here to put the running clock into play if they can score this trip down the floor with 5 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. 62-33. Aurora on top. Fronabarger into the free throw line. Swoops to the lane. Layup good. Fronabarger with 14, and now the running clock is in play. The Cubs are going to have to score to try to get the clock back to normal operation. And 4 minutes and 40 seconds means 4 minutes and 40 seconds with that running clock. Unless a timeout is called or unless somebody gets injured, the clock is going to run. Right now, the free throw is being attempted by Logan Coons, but the clock is still running, and the Cubs losing precious time off of that scoreboard. The foul was against Preston Naylor, his 3rd, and the first free throw by Coons is up and in. That's 8 points now for Logan Coons. He'll have to sink this free throw to get the clock back to regular operation, and he does. He makes them both. He's got 9, and so the clock back to the normal rate of play. 4:09 left to go here in the ball game. Billy Meredith shot up and in as he drives it to the rim, gets the layup to fall, and he's fouled. Billy Meredith with 6. And the foul called against the Cubs. Meredith has the opportunity for the bucket and one. And the clock is running once again, as that puts Aurora back ahead by more than 30 points. Meredith makes the free throw. Aurora a perfect 6 of 6 from the line here this evening. They lead at 67-35 with 3:40 left to go. Kobe Besh in the lane, loses the handle, and it goes out of play. Turnover number 14 against Monette. .325 left to go, fourth quarter. Aurora with the basketball, leading 67-35. Lob into the lane. Bader trying a one-hand alley-oop dunk this time. Can't get it. He finally able to pick up the basketball, puts it up and in, and scores. Unbelievable. Bader now with 17. And Coach Cutbirth is going to empty the bench. And it looks like Coach Land is going to do the same. A lot of new faces coming into the game right now for both ball clubs. Aurora leading 69-35. The clock is running, and Bader is at the line. 6'5" senior, first-team all-conference performer from a year ago. Leads all scorers with 17. Went past 1,000 points in his career here at Aurora tonight. And he makes the free throw. He's got 18, and now he'll head to the bench and get a round of applause from the Hound Dog faithful. So we'll try to keep up with all the new faces into the game. Danny McKinney into the game for the Cubs. Also Cameron Johnson joining Blake Moore, David Lee, and Dexter Bailey. Devin Hilton out there for the Hound Dogs. He and Garrett Montgomery are two players that have already seen action. We'll try to get the other names as we go along here. Final 2 minutes of play. Aurora leads at 70-35. Cubs with possession of the basketball. David Lee at the high post to Johnson. Lobs underneath to Bailey. Kicks it out on the wing to McKinney. Back up top to Blake Moore. Moore drives down the left side of the lane. Puts it up with the left hand, and it's blocked by Garrett Montgomery. Zach Shoemaker, 6'3" junior, into the game for the Hound Dogs. Also, Alex Burdett. And one other player out there. There he is, Matthew Miller. David Lee into the lane again. Takes it right at the big guy, Montgomery, and misses the shot. And Garrett Montgomery is able to get the defensive board. We're down to 90 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Hound Dogs lead at 70-35. And Devin Hilton with the basketball. Hilton in the lane. Drives through traffic. Misses the left-handed layup. The rebound down to Johnson. Cameron Johnson feeds it ahead to David Lee. Layup at the other end, good. David Lee with his first 2 points of the night. We're down to 1:15 left to play. Miller with the basketball for the Hound Dogs. Or excuse me, that was Alex Burdett. He gives it across the lane into the hands of Miller. Layup attempt by Miller is no good, and it goes out of play. Last touch by the Hound Dogs. 70-37, Aurora on top, and we're under 50 seconds left to go. David Lee, another nice drive along the baseline this time. Misses the shot, gets his own rebound, and is fouled. Foul called against Montgomery. Garrett Montgomery picking up his second personal. And David Lee will jump to the free throw line. Clock is running while he is awaiting the basketball, and there it comes. David Lee, a 81% free throw shooter. We're under 30 seconds left to play, and Lee's free throw up and in. He's got 3 points. And the Cubs now 12 of 17 from the free throw line. Next one by Lee, one of the seniors for Monette, is up and in. He makes them both. He's got 4 points. Final 10 seconds of the fourth quarter. Devin Hilton will walk it up the floor, take as much time as possible. He brings it across the timeline, picked up by McKinney. We're down to 3 seconds, down to 2, down to 1. A shot at the buzzer, no good off the glass by Alex Burdett, and that does it. The Hound Dogs win it 70-39 over the Monette Cubs. Aurora improving to 7-5. They pick up their first Big 8 conference win, as they are now 1-0 in the Big 8. The Cubs fall to 8-5, and they are 0-2 in the conference. 70-39, Hound Dogs over the Cubs. We're going to take a break and be back with the post game right after this. You're listening to Big 8 Conference Basketball here on the Talon Network.
You're welcome at Bruner Pharmacy. 3 generations, nearly 40 years. Bruner Pharmacy family has lived, worked, and supported the fine Monette community that they call. Bruner Pharmacy is a full-line pharmacy, Hallmark Gold Crown Gift Center, where items and gift ideas are added to Now you can log on to their new web, BrunerPharmacy.com, to place your prescription order and view their partial listing of prescription plans available. They offer free delivery in the city limits, compounding services, Spanish-speaking staff, and accept all insurance plans, all with friendly service. Bruner Pharmacy, your Hallmark Gold Crown gift store. Nearly upgrades to meet your every pharmaceutical and gift-giving need at 321 Broadway in Monette.
If you've been wanting to lose but aren't sure how to get started, about Journeys at Cox Monette Hospital. It's not a diet. It's not a... Journeys is a supportive, personal approach to weight loss that puts you in control. Over a period of 20 years, you'll improve your mental, physical, and emotional health with a practical plan that works. Where will your journey take you? Give us a call at 417-344-1280.
Hey, Dad, what do you call a bull? A bulldozer.
That's funny stuff. I'm just glad that Huffmaster Insurance aren't sleeping on the job. They helped me evaluate my insurance needs for farm exposure I have and gave me some I didn't know were available before. And they find the best rate without compromising our coverage. They were able to package all our insurance so we didn't have any gaps in coverage.
Dad, that sounds like grown-up stuff. What does that all really mean?
It means I'm able to sleep at night knowing our farm is protected.
Huffmaster Insurance, 811 7th Street in Monette. Call 235-3555.
This is David from Monette Rental, and you're listening to the Cub Sports on 95.9 KK for the Buzz. This live broadcast of high school sports, Talent Sports Network, is brought to you in part by these Caster Club members. Berry County Health Flu shots are now available at the Berry County Health Department in both Cassville and Monette offices. Walk-ins are welcome, or you can contact the Cassville office, 417-842-2114, or the Monette office, 417-354-8402 for more information. Freedom Bank of Southern Missouri, with locations in Cassville, Sligman, Shellnod, and Golden to serve you. Visit them online at freedombk.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lending, and Tyson Foods, proudly supporting school athletics. Tyson Foods in Monette, making great food and making a difference.
It seems with Giant Faceless Holdings, he's taking control of most banking. It's a local bank that's truly the hometown bank for hometown people. With all the stability and strength of large holding companies, you have to understand your banking needs. The spot's always on at First State Bank. They want to know you're always welcome at any of their locations. Purdy, Monette, Pierce City, Cat. First State Bank, the hometown for hometown people. Member FD.
Hi, this is Jennifer. I'm a bank at First State Bank of Purdy in Monette. We invite you to and get to know First State Bank of Purdy.
Ooh, like catfish, shrimp, oysters, and trout.
I don't know. Who that?
Who that, Monette? That's full-boys and muffaladas. I don't know. Who that, Monette? That's hand-cut steak. That's pound burgers. Cook to order. Hey, this is Darren at the Bayou in Monette. Come see why the Bayou has the favorites that you like, including pasta, kids menu too. We also have a fully stocked bar and a private banquet room, room for your availability. Come to the Monette at 864 Highway 6. Call 3578. Hey, and while I got your attention, the Bayou Restaurant Monette is also a proud sponsor on KKDL Radio 95.9 FM every Saturday night called Metal Madness. It's got a lot of hard rock, good timeless metal. We think you'll enjoy it. Comes on every Saturday night at midnight, 5.9 KKDL, and on Joe for you people who can't stay up late anymore. On Sunday nights at 8 p.m. So listen to Midnight Metal Madness sponsored by on 95.9 KKDL.
Back with you here at Aurora High School. The Hound Dogs defeat the Monette Cubs 70-39. Monette got out to the early lead as Logan Coons hit a three-pointer for the first points of the ball game, and the Cubs would extend that lead and go on top 10-2 early on in the first quarter. But then that 10 would become a bad number for the Cubs because they got stuck on that 10 points for quite some time. The Aurora Hound Dogs would go on a 23-0 run, and the Hound Dogs would lead 14-10 at the end of the first quarter. That run would continue into the second quarter. They would outscore Monette 21-7 in the second quarter to take a 35-17 lead into the locker room at halftime. They outscore Monette 19-12 in the third and 16-10 in the fourth, and the Hound Dogs pull away for the victory. Hound Dogs improving to 7-5. They're 1-0 now in the Big 8, as this was the Big 8 conference opener tonight for Aurora. The Cubs fall to 0-2 now in the Big 8, losing to McDonald County and the Hound Dogs, and the Cubs now 8-5 on the season. Looking at the final scoring, first of all, for the Aurora Hound Dogs, they were led by Logan Bader, the 6'5 senior, had 18 points, including going past 1,000 points in his career here tonight. He led all scorers in the ballgame. 3 players in double figures for the Hound Dogs. Besides the 18 for Bader, Devin Hilton hit 4 3-pointers and finishes with 14. Josh Fronnebarger hit a pair of 3-pointers, and he finishes with 14. Austin Carmichael had 8.